Everybody's in the house. Okay, hey everybody, this is your girl Erica from the Classic Line blog. I apologize, I am sick right now, and I took some Mucinex so I could finish the show because I have more than one show today. So, if you could bear with me here and drop your city and state in the chat, and we're just gonna get after it right now because New York, New Jersey, and Philly have some of the most, I'm just gonna say it, tenant-friendly states ever. The tenants have been living La Vida Loca for the past 16 months. And I just got to tell you, it's been out of control. And you've seen the news articles on New York and New Jersey landlords being angry. Right now, New Jersey's home purchasing prices have tripled because people are just trying their best to get out of New York. And guess what's going to happen here? All these people that have been living it up, enjoying that free 99 rent, it's a wrap. Insurance companies are going to come. Because if you're smart, you have your apartment insurance this whole time. But if you haven't paid your rent, I'm pretty sure you haven't paid your apartment insurance. Now, your apartment insurance, because of flooding, let's say you had $10,000 or $20,000, which is probably $125 a month, if my memory serves you right, would have got you somewhere to stay, would have got you some new furniture, some new stuff. Guess what it's going to get? Your landlord. He going to get you out. Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear. Your landlord's about to get you out if you're in New York, Philly, and New Jersey, because they're going to say, well, you know what? The place is flooded. It's got damage. The tenant can't live there. The tenant's got to go. Oh no, my tenant has to leave because I got to fix the damage. So your contract that you haven't been paying rent for all this time, you are going to have to get it canceled, right? So again, you guys have to really pay attention to the fact that if you thought you were going to live and goof off rent free, that's just not going to happen. Another thing I want you guys to understand is the subway system. So again, I'm going to start showing you some videos and clips from the subway system because let's just go there. New York loves priding itself on it's this epicenter of money, and that's just not true. London is a big epicenter for money. Chicago, New Jersey, they are decentralizing New York as this place where you have to be to make the money. Wall Street is making a ton of money, yes, but they are decentralizing this completely. What do you think is happening to California right now? They are pulling all the powerhouse money out of California and putting it other places, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia. How do you spank a spoiled child? You start taking things away. And so this is what's happening. And so a lot of people are saying, well, Erica, New York, yeah, sure. Tenant friendly, no problem. Guess what? You will be gone. Because you got to think about all the basement apartments in Philly, the basement apartments in New York, the basement apartments in parts of New Jersey. Those things have to be cleaned out. So you telling me you're going to squat in the flood waters so your landlord don't put you out? Maybe that's not happening. It's time to go. I'm just letting you know right now. On the fourth floor of a fifth apartment building in Philly that also has a rooftop. Are you guys dry? Are you guys safe? Now, I don't want to do this show and make it seem like I don't care about people being safe. I want you to be good. Now, same things happened in Louisiana. Louisiana was putting people out. They were straight up putting people out. So now you have this opportunity in this space for them to fix the properties and also get new tenants in, right? Jacqueline, I feel sorry for you. I apologize. I mean, this is the thing. The quality of work, it depends on who's doing the property. Is it quality work? Wall Street day and night is trying to find a new home. Wall Street's already threatened them. Listen, y'all keep playing. We will hit the button. And within 7 minutes, it's an article. I'm going to see if I find it again. Within 7 minutes, right, they will be in fully capacity in another location because they have everything set up in an automated way. So, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. But again, this is where the assessment has to come in because a lot of people are saying, well, Erica, I'm not getting paid enough for my labor, my skills, my talent. I'm not being paid enough. I'm not being paid enough. And so what happens is you look to see, okay, well, what do you do? Diamond Dave did a great job earlier talking about if your average automation is going to replace you. He's very true. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to go work in an apartment. I'm going to be in a front desk girl. And what I learned as soon as I got in being a front desk girl, this is the most vulnerable job position you'll ever be in. They can replace you like that, get a temp in here tomorrow, and not miss a beat, because what you do is so repetitive. It doesn't take a rocket science. It doesn't, right? And a lot of people, I say, man, get your skills up. And people get mad at me for talking about getting your skills up, when ultimately, like, this economy is going to hit men and women both. I put some very flamboyant things inside the community page, and people are like, no, it's my right to do this thing that's illegal now. It's not your right. See, the ignorance of the law does not negate you from the law. A lot of people are going to play this game where they didn't pay rent for months and they stayed in these properties, and they're going to act like they didn't know no better. And now the landlord's going to act like he don't know no better, and he's going to have to do what? He's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait till the insurance company, what? One, comes and checks out the property. Two, gets all the stuff removed, the wet, moldy products and couches out of the apartment complex moved, and then clean up. It's going to take months. This is going to take months. Kevin, there's no point in emailing me. There's no point in emailing me. You should message Tam or any of the Tech Tuesday folks. That's possible. That's possible. Toledo's infrastructure is much better. Listen, there's parts of the Midwest that really have amazing structure and built up really well, and you can't take that from them. The thing about Detroit that makes people frustrated but yet happy is Detroit has this Art Deco. I don't know if you guys understand what that is, but Art Deco is a time period where they use marble, they use limestone, they use very unique materials. You can't replicate it anywhere. So this is why you have buildings in Detroit that have amazing, what we call bones, right? Like the brick masonry is such high quality that all you need to do is clean up the inside, right? Even though the inside's gutted. You can't replace that. So yeah, there's some parts of Ohio and Detroit that have that. And so he said, I want to drop my city and state and move on, man. What's up, Colleen, Texas? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. You know, and this is the fall time of year for that to happen. There you go. My apartment won't take cash or checks. You have to use the app. Yep, they have Art Deco in those places as well. There's a funeral home that the power went out right down the street from my apartment, and they still are cleaning that place and remodeling it, if you get my drift. Okay, so Sam's in Dallas is all the way automatic floor cleaning checkout. I'm trying to get you guys. I feel like so here's the thing, live your life. There's this kind of thought process that people have that, well, if I don't have a job, then nobody has a job. And that is the most silly thing I've ever heard in my life. That's like saying, I'm not a nurse, so there can't be any other nurses out there. That's crazy. There are lots of people out in this economy who are making money, want to buy a house, and they're looking for an apartment or housing in between, and they're willing to rent and pay. There's a lot of people trying to do Airbnb arbitrage and different things of that nature. They will pay the bill. So a lot of people think, well, the landlords can't put us out, but they can. Many years ago, they were buying out folks in low-income homes, giving them $70,000 to leave, and that time will come again. Man, I saw the video where these rats were swimming. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I was like, New York, what is happening? It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, rat swimming. Let me see if I can do it like this. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to share these images so I don't get, copyright strike. And Philly too. Like, it's not just New York, it's Philly. And again, you got these places where people aren't paying. Philly's already, look at that, you guys. Don't crank your car in this stuff, y'all. Right? So again, if you were a tenant in New York and you weren't paying, and now you're a property manager, your landlord's going to take a long time getting all this fixed. This is this beautiful subway system you guys love claiming is the best in the world and stuff. Again, this is a lot of insurance checks coming. This is what we ought to call this, insurance check city. This is correct. This is an older one. That's not the right one. We need the newer one. 15. Okay, 15 hours ago. This is 5 hours ago. Again, from cars being sold, mobile detailing, cleaning service, restoration. I mean, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at restoration. Okay. This is all these things that fall in this category. All these places will need you cleaned out. Insurance agents, home adjusters, commercial property adjusters, all these people that ain't been paying rent in these commercial spaces and they ain't got them out yet. Honey, they figuring out a way right now. Look at this water right here in the subway. Look at that mess. Now people say, well, Erica, well, what about it? That water goes somewhere. It makes mold. Mold makes people sick. Cities are already really bad for air quality. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think it will be trickier. No, I think what you're going to have right now is a lot of wholesalers, a lot of realtors who didn't think they were going to make any money this year. Like that one person that was holding on to that property and they thought they didn't want to sell. Now they're going to want to sell. They're going to be like, okay, get it out of here. Right? They're just going to be want to let it go now. There's no point in holding on now. Exactly. Now, see, people were complaining about the cost of cars, right? Oh man, cost of cars are so expensive. Used cars. Now you're gonna start seeing a bunch of people drive where? Lemon cars, wet cars, whatever you want to call these cars. That's what they're gonna be. Yep, Jamaica, Queens, a house collapsed because of the wave of water. Underground rats were running with us to get out of the station. Whoa. I used to token booth clerk for MTA years ago. The rats are cat size. Yep. Yep. I'm from East Detroit. I see it's being gentrified within 5 years. Rolling beats. The thing about Detroit is it's corrupt from the inside out. That's really the problem. You really are trying to, you're trying to rebuild a city with new people, and the old structures are still there. I have a whole video I want to talk about Detroit, but I'm trying to be careful because you have people who stayed who want to work the system, and people who are there who know there's a system. Like they know, okay, these people are trying to get over every step, the fraudulent paperwork, the fraudulent documents, but no one's enforcing anything, right? It's real crazy. Philly went from expressway to canal real quick. Get out of debt with Tim Jackson. That's right. I deal with this all the time when auditing for HUD housing. Everybody acts like they don't know rent is due. Okay, you signed that lease though. And this is why I'm telling you, I'm calling this the September surprise. I don't know if I put it in the title right, but again, Louisiana was evicting people. This will continue because they will need to fix the property, quotation marks. Philly, New York, New Jersey, where they were already having issues with tenants. Man, New York folks right now ought to be just kicking their heels. I mean, even when I watched Diamond Dave, the other thing, there are apartment complexes that they tried to in 2018. You couldn't pay with your credit card anymore because they were trying to move all the systems over in Yardi and do all this different stuff. I mean, it literally thousands of complexes were complaining to the system and reply, so Yardi was like, okay, we put it back in there. You can pay with your credit card. Because people said, oh, people are paying with their credit card to get points, Eric. And I'm like, no, these people are living off their credit cards. You have college students living off their credit cards. You have adults living off their credit cards. And if they have to run around and try to get manufactured spend, they're not going to be able to get the money in time to pay their rent because they're just learning that system. I'm telling you, man, it's real crazy. Landlords are going to use this rent thing as a way to get rid of bad debt. Sherry, this is what they're. I mean, I want people to be safe. I want people to be okay. But I am telling you right now, if you were a handyman, you were some kind of like home adjuster, somebody that could fix things, and maybe because money hasn't been moving in the economy and things have been tight, right? People hadn't been calling you back to fix stuff because they couldn't afford to pay for it. Now with this insurance money. Now they're gonna call the handymans back. Now they're gonna call the guys back who can fix stuff for cheap, or the crackhead Sam who gonna fix stuff for the low. They're gonna call those guys back, and money's gonna move in the economy. So I know this sounds horrible, but This is the way money is going to move in this economy now because of this. I just learned how corrupt Detroit can really be. Secret mayor parties, people being offered. I mean, I don't know, but I just know that, the people over the land bank aren't even black, right? The people over a lot of the processes there are white and from out of town. They're not from Detroit. They're not a part of Detroit. So again, they have no incentive to really make things work. I used to work in Mayhem auto auctions during Katrina and believe those floods and water damaged cars can be spread throughout. Oh yes, trust me. The guy or girl who, I mean, go watch the car channels where people are cleaning and detailing these cars thoroughly, right? We all been in cars that we thought smelled a little funny, or maybe it was a cat, or it was a dog, or it was something. That's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a bunch of people getting these flood cars. Mm-hmm. Oh man, John, he's gonna be gone. I feel bad for him. Oh yeah, I made about 20 people a mod. Congratulations. Because at the end of the day, what you guys have to understand is a lot of what's happening here is people saying, well, I don't like this, so I'm just gonna break that rule. Right. So I mean, Texas right now enforce some new rules. You can have brass knuckles on you. It's not a big deal. Again, brass knuckles, this is something, trying to stir up petty crime arrest, right? If you still port people's packages off their porch, that's up to, you get almost to 10 years in jail. So again, who are these crimes affecting, right? Petty crimes, low level abandonment class crimes, right? Who's also, let's just go there, right? They made the law where you can't send naked pics unsolicited. Oh, men can't live in America. No, you can't live where you break the law and send unsolicited things that nobody asked for ever in America history. There's not one non-sex worker woman that's asked for that from you. No, no. It's in your mind, brother. It's in your mind. So again, you have a lot of people who are going to play silly and play ignorant of the law. And if you know anything about the courtroom, your ignorance of the law does not negate you from the law. So all these people in New Jersey and New York, when they start trying to offer them aid, they're going to ask them, did you pay the rent? And people are going to play like, oh, I didn't pay the rent. It's been 16 months. Oh, yeah, And then when they have these metrics for these aid to be given out, there's going to be people who are not going to get it. They're going to be people who are going to be like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm not going to get this check because of this. Mm-mm. I'll do it afterwards. I'll make sure I'll make a note. There's so much going on. Texas is not playing with folks. I mean, again, these cities and states have to enforce laws to kind of keep the riffy raff out, right? The low crime criminals out, and that's just what it is. So again, when people say, "Oh, only the broke people are moving from New York," only this type of people are moving from New Jersey, that's just not true. We all know that's not true. We all know there's wealthy people live in New York. There's broke people live in New York. They can't live there. Between the cost of things, they can't live there. I mean, again, um, it's bananas. It's bananas. And they use Twitter hardcore for this. So again, if you're on my channel, if you watch some of the videos, I've had a couple people on that talk about being a home adjuster. And ultimately, I told you, winter is coming for the economically slow. And apparently for people who want to send unsolicited pictures, right? They want to do stupid stuff and they want to go. I remember some guy said, well, I don't want to work in tech. I don't want to work in this other stuff. I just want to be comfortable. And I was like, well, what does comfortable even mean? Right? Um, I'm literally typing in insurance agents needed. Needed for claims in New York. I know there's going to be a ton. But like, again, when people sit here and play stupid, like people much rather be sexually free than financially free, and you think it's a joke, but it's really the truth. It's really the truth. They much rather, right? And you think like there could be nobody like that in this world, but they are. And there's nothing left for the average person who wants to play stupid. There's nothing left for you, I promise you. like this, the way they're setting up this economy, you will not, you just can't play stupid anymore. You can't play like you don't know what's going on. You can't show up to work and be like, I'm confused. And, you know, people usually try to get hired by bigger companies to kind of fly under the radar. That's over. That's over. Like that flying under the radar stuff is over, right? um that doing a little bit at work and then just being on your phone the rest of the time, that's over. The only people that's going to be left for, and I'm being really honest, the only people that can be average and don't have to be good at their job, what's left is security guards. And I know y'all think I'm being joking, but like security guards are going to go through the roof. Nighttime security guards, daytime security guards, banking security guards, like security itself. If you want to say, hey, Erica, I don't want to do tech, I don't want to get a trade, I just want to have some cash in my pocket and not do much, the only place left for you is security. Being a security guard, standing around on your feet for hours, riding around a golf cart for hours, checking on properties for hours. That's really where the opening is going to be for people who want to do that. Everything else is a wrap. It's a wrap. And I really mean that. And so I get it. Everybody's like, oh, you don't want to be debt free, or I don't want to buy all this debt. And I'm like, pay attention to the tea leaves. Blackstone and all these places are buying $6 billion in the suburbs because they know people want to live in a house. They know that people hate apartments. They know people want to hit their kids at a better school. They don't have money and they don't have their credit together to buy a house. So they're buying up all these, so, single family homes. And all you people are going to try to move out there and rent for a few years, like, oh, I'm going to rent for a few years and then I'm going to do better. Honey, you have to be trying to make a plan to do better today. Whatever that number is in your head, raise your income up at least 10% this year. That's why when I have the coaching course, like how to become a coach, some of y'all could probably get $3,000 a month off coaching, and that'd be just enough for you to stay home or extra income. And people try to play like, well, no, Eric, I want to make $100,000, $1 million. And I'm like, that's not even, you know what I mean? That if you make $90,000 a year, you make more than 87% of Americans that are working. So again, I know rich Twitter is out here capping. I deleted my Twitter. I couldn't take it. It was just getting ridiculous. It was like 3% of people, only people posting anyway, 90% of the content. The numbers didn't make sense to me. It's like being on a high school bus. Who can tell the best joke? Made no sense to me. Not effective way to get the news. I can get the news from here. So, when I review these things and I post things in the community tab, I love just seeing y'all feedback because I know what's coming. It's going to be rough for some of y'all. Y'all playing game. The economy in San Francisco, you tell me how the economy is. When you have over 100,000 companies and over 100,000, 150,000 people leave, come on, man, what do you think it's going to be? New York is filthy on a regular day. God knows what's in that water. Let me tell you something. People going to be sick off that water. Somebody who walked through that rain, they're going to have sores on their legs. Because you got to think about the fact that it went through the subway, oil is in the water, mechanical grease, kitchen grease. You have, I don't know if you guys ever worked at a food restaurant, but when you dump grease, there's a grease dump you put behind the restaurants, right? Or they clean the where they cook, the vent hoods. That grease is all in that water. It's going down the street. Trash, homeless folks, needles. New York right now, you walking out there, you better have on some rain boots and some leather because you about to get all kinds of stuff on your skin. Listening to you at work, I am a homeowner, claims for a large corp. As we know, we are going to have long hours coming in next month because, oh, listen, Rosalind, you already know. USAA workers, Navy Fed workers, they're going to be out there all night long answering phone calls. Listen, people trying to play stupid, but let's really dissect where some of this is coming from. There's been, over the years, there's been incidents where some kids in high school, and the girls in high school, the guys in college, the parents are trying to get the guy for some reason. They can't seem a reason to get the guy, and this is going to open the door for that. So tell your sons and tell your daughters, because it's going to work for women too. I know people keep acting like it's only going to work for men. Don't be sending stuff unsolicited. It's as simple as that. You're opening the door for some stupid. Oh, T will for sure. Listen, if you guys haven't, I put in the community wall, watch that home adjuster information. Again, there was a young lady that made $300,000 in a 6-month period. And people are like, oh, you're just making it up. And it's like, no, if you don't have no kids, it's just you and you can go on the road. And several people have put inside the Facebook group where they're already getting messages. It's crazy. Kwame Kilpatrick, listen, Black Tech Twitter's going crazy. I mean, again, every day of the week, there's some hot mess going on Twitter. It's a full distraction mode. And this is my whole thing is like, you have to really get back to business because I have a feeling with a lot of this paperwork and the way they did the taxes, because the same people giving you your stimulus check, giving you the stimmy check are doing your taxes. So I'm just trying to get y'all to understand, if you got these stimmy checks and then you trying to play fast and loose on these taxes, it's in the same building, baby. They about to get a lot of y'all and round y'all up and take y'all in. They about to take a bunch of y'all in. Don't do it. So this has been I've been a very focused this past couple weeks on like making sure my taxes are right, making sure everybody that I deal with taxes are right, because the same building that gave y'all the stimulus checks and the PPP, which is a separate building, but you know what I'm saying, in DC, PPP, all that stuff, all those people are connected. It's on record, right? So they started sending out letters to, Section 8 housing and housing authority said, listen, if you got the PPP loan, you better tell us on this paper. Because what's going to happen is they're going to come back and get you and say you frauding for government housing. They're going to get y'all, man. Stop playing. This is what I'm saying. If you already tiptoed out there and you smart enough to think you going to do some kind of scam, you better get smart enough to figure out how to pay it back. I'm telling you right now, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it in any capacity. They got records on records, okay? Records on records. Credit Solutions, congratulations on being a moderator. The block ministry is in full effect. Be blessed. Act right, y'all. I'm just telling you. It's now a good time to move to Austin, Texas. But listen, honey, anytime, and here's something I'm gonna always say to y'all, whether you're on the consult call with me or on the phone or here on YouTube, whenever you put your mind to somewhere that you want to move there and make it work and get fully invested for the next 2 years, it's a great decision. If somebody say, hey, Erica, I want to move to Charleston, South Carolina, I'd be like, okay, cool. I want to move to Greenville, South Carolina. Cool. I want to move to Atlanta. Okay. Like, are you really ready to be 2 years fully invested in yourself and your skills so that you can live there in that city comfortably? Because most people I meet move to Austin, sometimes they don't have a job, but they have skills. They're in tech already. So they're just going to be, unemployed for a day or two. When I got there, I literally got offered a job third day there. That disaster money. Anita, this is the sad part. The people who really can document that they lost their job and they couldn't go to work and they didn't have childcare, they just couldn't do it. Those people may get a little bit of a pass, but not much at this point, not 16 months in. It's unfortunate, really, truthfully. I mean, at this point, you 16 months in, you got to realize that the economy, like all that, and again, I said it in the last video and I'm sick, so I apologize if I'm a little dragging. The economy where you wait till the kids go back to school so you can get a little part-time job, make a little more money for their family kind of thing, that's kind of a wrap. I really see men in the next 5 years arguing heavy for more income at certain careers. I see a lot of men who are going to be, and this is husbands and fathers. And there's a reason I'm saying that, because if you're a single guy, you're like, I'll just quit this job, go to another job. But if you're a husband or a father, you're going to be like, hey, I got to make real money for my family because my wife can't even get the little part-time job she used to get anymore. What's going on? She can't get that other work. She can't, I saw this lady was complaining in one of the Facebook groups today that at the school she sent her kid back, they didn't have any extra helpers. So her mentally challenged child had to go home at halfway through the day. Like, they couldn't stay all day because there's no additional helpers because of the whole COVID thing. So again, you have positions that women at schools fill, like PTA moms come and help, and additional people get paid to come in and do a few hours a week. That's going away. So a lot of people, they really gotta pay attention to what they want to do here. There's a book called Average is Over. We've talked about on the channel for sure. Michael Jackson, I don't think they have. I think you're dealing with a state who's like, hey, we're not gonna support this type of activity in the state. guess what? We're going to have lots of adoptions. Lots of adoptions. Listen. So here's the thing, imaginary person. We could go down that road, but at the end of the day, what does it matter? See, the problem is a lot of folks are in this black pill, purple pill, red pill, gray pill, 2 pills, 3 pills, no pills, some pills. I don't know what the crap y'all keep coming up with over there. It don't matter. The people that are going to do well in this economy from here on out is either a guy who has a trade, can fix things with their hands. They will always have money. A guy who can do tech things and that has money and can fix things and pay. The guy or girl who owns their own property with enough yard in their back to grow a ton of vegetables if they want. Veggie tables, as my nephew says. Um, that's the difference. That's it. Ownership and families will always be the long-standing people who make it in any community. And this denial of this has just been outrageous by everybody. The reign of ignorance is over. It really is. Like, there's been so many times where I watch a news report where, let's say this girl, I'm just gonna be careful, she led this guy to come over to her house, and the guys there robbed him, but accidentally knocked him off the front porch, and he hit his head and died. Well, old girl was going to jail for 15 years. And she's crying and she's carrying on. And the mom's like, well, she didn't do nothing. And she wished she didn't do nothing. I said, honey, she invited this man over to a robbery. Like, he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for her. Whether he fell on an accidental push or not. And then you still rob him after you fail. Like, yeah, you going to jail, baby. And so a lot of this whole, like, I didn't know I couldn't do this. That's over. That's over, man. Listen, I remember when people used to talk about workplace harassment. If you telling inappropriate jokes. If you touching people and you too into their face. Again, this whole like, well, that guy can do it and I can't. Honey, you know what is the line of inappropriate. And that's why I don't really feel sorry for people, because they be out here doing stupid stuff and be like, I didn't know. Yeah, you know. You know, boo-boo. You knew you couldn't do that. I'm glad you're able to get home. Yep, we are overvalued at the current time being. People say, well, Erica, why would you buy a home right now in Austin or buy land north of Austin? And I'm go, when is the time to not buy land? Oh, it's all going to crash. People are going to be over leveraged in their house. And I want you to understand, there's 293 people moving to Dallas a day. There's 167 moving to Austin a day. At one point in period in time, there was 500 people moving a day to Houston. And when I say Houston, I mean Houston and 11 counties around Houston, not just Houston, like Sugar Land, Pearland, Katy, all that. But they couldn't keep track of it after the storm because there's so much movement. Now, I just finished watching like 2 people's YouTube channels where the guy and girl were like, we need to go to LA. We've got to be in LA where all the people and the action is. So they go out to LA. Their YouTube channel blows up because I think the algorithm heavily gives grace to people who are in LA and New York. And I can't prove it, but I mean, literally, you can see people who moved to New York or LA, all of a sudden their algorithm's crazy. And then they leave, it's crazy again. So I'm just going to say that for the record. And so this couple goes out there and they blow up. They're at every event. They're doing everything they can. And then guess what happens? The pandemic. And so they still made all this money. And they're like, well, we're leaving. We're going back to Texas. We're going to start our new lives in Dallas. Well, what was the point of being in LA? Well, just to prove it to ourselves that we can make it and we can do all this. See, people want to be where the party is, right? And yeah, they were where the party was, but once they became millionaires, they're like, we ain't living millionaire lives out here in California. We can live millionaire lives in Texas, though. And they moved back. They came out of I think they came out of Nashville or something. But same thing, Tai Lopez. When people say, well, where did Tai Lopez come out of? Well, Tai Lopez had $1 to $3 million in California as a club owner. But $1 to $3 million in California ain't big stunting. You know what I mean? So once he started running those ads here in my garage and made all this money, that made the difference. That's how he's buying land. He's buying properties. He's partnering with people. So again, these New York and New Jersey and Philly landlords, don't you worry. The money that they, been crying over, they're going to get it back and then some. You know, the sad thing, Sherry, nurses can be average. Nurses can be average and not even be nice and still make it. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Honey, get out of, let me just put it this way. You can be in security. I'm just saying, like, think about long term. Do you want to stand outside? Do you want to drive around? She not lying. Here in NYC, they pay about 20 an hour. I'm just telling you. Again, go watch the room, Boiler Room. Go watch some of these classic School Ties. Like, class and ownership has always played a part in our society. This isn't nothing new. I think people are just waking up to the fact that they thought they were middle class, but then they tried to sit down during this pandemic and couldn't, and so now they realize it. Honey, all of it, all of it. $25. Good gracious. I do security is getting automated. Listen, so I'm gonna tell you this. The security in Texas, what I've noticed they do is they put little stickers on the poles on different parts of the where the person's supposed to be protecting. So every couple of minutes, like every 30 minutes or so, that person has to go scan their little scanner on that pole to show they walked around that whole area. And I was like, oh, they're getting smarter. They're not gonna let you just sit out here at your job and chill. Yep, Blackstone. The Middleman the Million course is currently available. You can grab it at any time. It's open and available. I'm just saying, for live training right now, I think we have the coaching course, which will go up to 350 tomorrow. The coaching course will help you. A lot of you become coaches because a lot of you have lots of skills and expertise you can coach somebody with. And then also the Winter is Coming checklist booklet. I had to change the title a little bit and change the cover because I couldn't upload it on Amazon, so I'm probably just gonna upload it through here. And we're gonna put it out here. So yep, listen. You have to really realize, like, this is what I want to tell people. At some point, you're gonna have to hire staff or a temporary person, and people are gonna get the wake up call this winter. A lot of moms, a lot of women who, if they can work for you remotely at home, they'll do it. Okay, what I gotta do? Emails, typing, got you. As long as they can stay home because they can't with the kids. Congratulations, sir. Listen, if you make anything under 75,000 a year, depending on where you are, really truthfully, but anything under 75,000 a year is going to be economic winter. Because I mean, I don't know, I'll ask T Will. uh I might have to ask T Will how much you make as a lineman just starting out, but welders, all these people, these guys are making money. These guys are making money. T Will mine said, tell them tired heifers at Walmart and fast food they can't finesse the system no more. You might get shot. This is possible. Congratulations. He said, I told my first car, first step to getting CDL. I appreciate the extra motivation. There you go. Heck, become a sheriff's department guard. Yeah, listen, I don't know. The jail makes me nervous because people who are desperate and feel like they're trapped act erratic. It's not. Nicole, if you actually come to Austin, they still ride golf carts. And what they do is they take. I mean, I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm just to prove it. Not to be a smart ass, but I'm gonna do it. As I'm gonna take a picture of one of them, not their face. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm gonna take it from behind. Because over at Arboretum Trails, they were riding on the scooter thing. The where you stand up like Bart Mall, the mall cop, and they would scan the thing and then ride on and then scan it again. And so I'm gonna take a picture of it because I know people are always like, "Oh, Erica, you're making fun of people." And I'm really not. I'm just telling you, like, it's an easy job. I mean, if you can do it and you can be on your phone and goof off, it's out there. Oh yes, scabies, Mercer, all in that water. Some older man got ate by alligator in Louisiana. Poo poo water. All that stuff is in that water. I think if you got in that water in New York, I think you need to go. You might want to go check with the doctor in maybe a week or two and check your legs. Oh, honey, yes. I mean, and then you got to realize that stuff is going to your drain system, and then your drain system has to filter it. So now it's getting extra grease, extra crap, extra stuff, dead mice, dead cats, dead dogs. I mean, New York infrastructure is just one of those things. When you have a really big city, you can never really get it clean or get it back to normal. Hmm. Grease traps. That's the word. Thank you. Somebody help me, because I was like, what is the word I'm trying to look for? That's why I listen. And a lot of people say, well, Eric, I don't like your delivery. I don't care. What did I tell y'all? I tell you every show. I like me. You liking me is just extra. You don't like the delivery? There's 30 million other YouTubers out here that you can go listen to. But there's only 76,000 that has over 1,000 subscribers. Okay. And we have 51,000 subscribers at this point. Tech is where it's at. Jackie, okay. She said, I resigned as a subway conductor in the subway after 18 years. Couldn't stand working in that environment anymore. What was it? The people? What were they doing? There you go. Resistant I can't say it. Bacterial. Be careful. Mercer. I'm telling you, if you walked in that water in the past 24 hours, I need you to go home, clean those clothes, scrub your legs. We already have reports where people don't wash their legs. So you gotta check it out. I really did. Oh, New York and State Farm, all of them. New Jersey, Philly, all of them. Listen. And then if they don't get this stuff completely fixed the right way, when New York gets its winter, whew, them apartments gonna have issues times two. Okay, look, dude, you wildin'. I'm gonna block you tonight. You doing too much. You doing too much. I had to block you. You doing too much tonight. Oh, every listen, the IRS, all these people. That's why I just said, listen, if anybody worked in any capacity, had a business, just make sure the documents are is to the best of your ability. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Edward, it's gonna be so much undesirables. I mean, again, the rich people. So here's the thing. I think I said it yesterday in the show, and I really mean this. People in New Jersey, New Jersey, Philly, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, people that had enough money to buy a property down south and maybe not even live in it full time, like, right? We realize that they're gonna make them come back to office or check in or do some weird stuff, but could hold more than one property. Those people are rare air, right? But if you think about it, if you come down here, you sold all your stuff in New York, you bought a house in the South, right? Georgia, Florida. And you can go look at the flight schedule to New York from Florida. It's nonstop. It's like 20 flights, like every hour on the hour, right? Going to New York. You go look at that stuff and you fly up there and you got a little small hole in the wall apartment in New York that you guys keep just so you can, like, hey, I stopped by the office, checked it out, blah, 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 and then come back home. You're going to have a lot of people who do that. Now, the people who cannot afford to really just be there, period, they're about to be moved. They're going to be moved. Now, first things first, they're going to move up North State, right? They're going to move upstate New York first because it's cheaper. If they can't stay in New York at all, then they're going to move, they can't do New Jersey right now because it's expensive, and the taxes are crazy. Okay, they're going to try to do Philly. If they don't do Philly, they're going to do Maryland. If they can't do Maryland, what are they going to do? Virginia. They're going to do Virginia. What are they going to do? North Carolina. Again, we played this out for years. This is the same stuff over and over again. And then they get down here and complain about, North Carolina don't want to pay you and Georgia don't want to pay you. You don't have skills, baby. It's never been about the pay. It's been about the skills. And a lot of people get down here and realize that their wife can chill because it's cheaper. You can't listen. I have a cousin who worked for IRS. You ain't gonna listen. That's why when people say anything crazy to me, I'm like, honey, I've had family members who work in IRS. I have family members who are CIA. I have family members who are military. I am not doing anything outside the law. I'm a double, triple check myself because I already know they not playing. I'm telling y'all that with 100%. Like anybody ever accuse me of anything, I'm like, boo, I have family in the law enforcement. Like, I know more than anybody. I know they not playing. They gonna come for you. Do not buy flood cars. I'm telling you, man. Listen, you can do all that. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, Torino Freight, Turo Freight, Uber Freight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. There was a article. I'm gonna see if I can pull it back up again. It's about prostitution, how like they're gonna be arresting people if they catch you walking in these areas. Let me tell you something. Uh-oh. Hold on, I lost y'all. I apologize. Let me fix it. Kamala and Joe Biden gonna put y'all up in these jails. Y'all listen, if you want to do anything like walk in the street, if you trying to be a pimp, like I heard a bunch of black dudes on YouTube talking about pimping. I'm like, honey, that's trafficking. That's trafficking. You going to jail. They looking for you. They looking for you to be real dumb right now. So I'm sitting here giving you all the legal ways you can make money, and you guys are doing some stupid stuff. Hit the like button. That's right. You rob a store clerk, your partner shoots, you get charged. Honey, that all I'm trying to do is get me some land, put my little ranch out there, and y'all do what y'all do. I'm not playing with y'all out here. People like, why are you trying to live way out there in Texas? You can have an apartment in Austin and go visit on the weekend sometime and be like, no, no, no. I'm in Katy, it's overcrowded. Possible. My son's 33. He just moved to Houston. Yep, lots of opportunity there. I'm just telling you, like people trying to play silly. People still moving to Atlanta. What's what being reported? Oh, people gonna still move there because it's up here when you move. It's not like a lot of people don't do real research. They want to move to a city because they like that city. This country will be 1984 conservative red by 2024. Figuratively and literally stay out of California, New York, Chicago, Atlanta. It's done in those places. It's done. It's so done. Between the taxes and all this stuff, the only companies that are really going to be able to stay up there are going to be people who own a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff, a bunch of spaces. They're going to be owning a bunch of spaces. Oh, from which guy? Uh-oh. Oh, I know. Listen, congratulations. Listen again, you guys. Go check out the video we did with Jessica. I think we went from food cook to tech worker. I think that's the name of the video. I can double check. Georgia has a ton of land. I will just tell you, my friends moved further out and they were kind of a little racist. And they white. And they didn't like it out there. So Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, Sarah, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying my hardest right now. I'm trying without saying it. You know, the moratorium. Okay. It's been 16 months. They can't get y'all to get this new system, right? They can't get y'all to move. They can't get y'all to take, okay, this is what we're gonna do now. And y'all are like, no, I'm staying in my apartment. Okay, it's a flood now. Now the insurance company gonna get you out. Now the people gonna take the meter off the house because it's unsafe. This happens all the time. In a fire, in a grease fire, different things happen at a house. The city or the water supply company or electric company will come take the meter off the house, and now you have to leave. And if you caught in the house, you're gonna get arrested because why? There's no meter there. And if you got kids, guess what? Now you're gonna get arrested for neglect. Come on, y'all. Don't y'all know how this game is played by now? Haven't you watched this channel long enough to know I'm not lying to y'all about the thing? I'm telling y'all what's going down. New York, New Jersey, and Philly. Y'all about to have a bunch of open housing where either the insurance company gonna cut the owner a check, and then that person in Philly, because it's a hot market, is gonna sell you that property after they do the first little clean out and they got their insurance check. They're gonna bounce. And they're not gonna keep it because the city will find you, right? So they're gonna sell it to wholesalers or sell it to flippers or just put it on the market as is, and then the money moves around. That's how money moves around. Right now, Mortgage Matt said something that was very true, and people just lambasted him on the internet. Money's not moving around. If I'm a property owner and I own a bunch of rentals and nobody's paying, I'm not gonna buy nothing else. I've already told y'all we will not buy another property in Detroit. People be blowing the phone up. Hey, I got something for 15K, 20K, 30K. We won't buy near another thing till y'all start getting those tenants out. Won't buy another thing. We'll just keep what we have, maintain what we have, and invest in a whole nother market. We'll just all go do all our stuff in Huntsville, Alabama. That's what I'm just y'all. Come on now. That is what that's the whole point of the class, is help you be a consultant, keeping it simple and easy. If you What's the link to the coaching course? Let me see if I can pull it up. But yeah, y'all, I just want y'all to understand that, like, everything I'm telling y'all, like, a lot of people need to figure out how and where and the appropriate way they're going to make at least minimum $3,000 a month, least, and stay at their house. That's why I like Diamond Dave. Diamond Dave teaches on how to basically how to make money, make up to $2,000 a month from his options network, options trading, and I put it in the links here. And people think like, oh, $2,000 a month, I need to make 10, 20 grand. Like, honey, if you're not making 20 grand a month now, what are you talking about? The people that are afforded to buy certain people's classes, Terry, Geomas, Todd Capital, all these people, like, they had money set aside to do stocks. This is all. Yep. Amazon CEO. That'll be on our next Text Tuesday. Golf carts are big business. Wow. I mean, congratulations. You get to switch it up. Segways. That's what I'm looking for. Segways. Yeah. Men with skills have high demand in Kern County. Anywhere new real estate is developing. Facts. Oh yeah, listen. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. They see New Yorkers like, well, we're gonna extend the moratorium. Oh, okay. Guess what? Every person who owns a rental property in New York are gonna play the I'm stupid and I can't find my insurance adjuster's phone number till your stuff is nasty and moldy in that apartment and you gotta move. Y'all pay attention. This is what's gonna happen. Yep. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, listen, safety first. Always safety first. I have several single family in Long Island, New York, and GA. None of my tenants there you go. Listen, Kathy, we had a guy who broke his back and wasn't working, but like less than part time because he broke his back and he had surgery, and he still paid his rent. Then we had a girl who was working full time and didn't say nothing. T Stocks, I'll put it on the page tomorrow. I'll do a big I'm waiting on the guy in Fiverr and one of our other people in Uganda to finish one thing on the book, and we'll put it back. We'll put it out on the links here. Honey, they getting y'all out. Oh, you already know. Oh, exactly. Now I wouldn't move to Oklahoma. Them tornadoes as well, and the people there as well. Like historically, wow. Oh, Ty Lopez, listen. We live in Minnesota. I would say stay within the region that you're used to. Oh, prison population will be 1980s pack. And they got the computers now. They're giving them laptops and stuff like that. Psh, that's all they're going to do. Be on them laptops all day. Listen, I appreciate seeing you there. Some good things you can get to: tacos, the environment, walk around, ride a bicycle, everything. The town lake, the water, kayaking. I may throw like a little mixer the week of FidCon for people who are just there. So we'll see. Yep. Go nonstop to Austin. I mean, when it's cheap. Y'all tell him to go look at our Tech Tuesday videos. Go look at our Tech Tuesday videos. Thank you guys for the super chats. If you like the show so far, put a 1 in the comments. I've enjoyed it, but I've got to go. I think I have another show at DJ the Money Coach later this night. We're a little sick. We're gonna hit ourselves Mucinex a little bit more. Oh, they about to be real paid. Real paid. Car insurance adjusters. Man, I'm about to tell my nephew to go be a claims adjuster, so he can go make 100 bands real quick in 6 months. You gotta be able to climb on ladders. 90K don't work in Northern Virginia. Yeah, he don't. I put the coaching classes in the chat. Okay, so you guys, I'm wrapping this one up. I'll probably see you guys again later tonight, but you can grab the coaching course. I'll put it in the community chat again, but it goes up to $350 tomorrow. We're just trying to keep it 100 people in the class so we can kind of focus and make sure everybody gets out on the 6-week mark, ready to go and give their value what they have for people. So that's the whole point, is to teach you that we're trying to extract what you have to offer people and write it out in a proposal, and then also be able to set up. We're literally setting you up to be paid and get your phone blown up. And we're going to show you how we use different apps so that people don't see our actual number. Congrats, girl, because I'm telling you, people thought it meant they could just play off. Felon friendly. They do. So we have, when it comes to the coaching course, it starts September 13th, and we'll have 6 Mondays in a row. And by the end of the 6th class, we also will be able to see your Calendly links, see your setup, and see what your offering is. Everybody in the class. So I'm really trying to only keep it to like 100 people in the class. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so that's what I had for you guys today. I will see you guys. Oh, Golden, I must answer this, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I got to. Is Tax Lien course the most updated version? I love all you do. Thank you, Oh, Golden, for the answer to that. The Tax Lien system has been consistent for the past 6 years. Only updates have been to New Jersey, where they're getting more online. Everything else is the same, y'all. We literally can go log in tomorrow, do a tax lien tomorrow, and it'd be exactly the same as the course. A lot of people are out here trying to convince you that they doing all this new stuff to these courses and these new techniques. It's the same. That's why these old white men sit at the courthouse every year. They ain't got to change no technique. It's the same technique every year. I know people I want to have the latest information. Let me be very clear. Even if I do one live class for the tax lien course, which I probably will do later this year, it's the same. It's the same. The only difference is they're going to happen this year is because of the pandemic. And guess what's going to happen? The county still want their money. They still want that check. They still want to get paid. That's it. That's it. Right? So, I mean, I just want to make that clear, not to be funny, not to be like disrespectful to anybody, but like a lot of people always ask if something brand new or updated, like there's some new technique they're going to miss out. It's not. It's not any new techniques. I promise you, I can literally log into New Jersey and do the same thing I've done every year. I can log into Florida, Duval County, and do the same thing I've done every year. Only place I tell you in the class don't bother with is Chicago. Don't even do it. And parts of New Jersey, don't even do it. So I'll add some stuff out here, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you, like, it's the same. It's absolutely the same. Like, you really gonna get the same. So anyways, you guys, thank you. Hit the like button. Honey, every month, them old men be there like clockwork. They don't change because they keep it consistent. And we're always trying to look for some kind of new technique, new way. And I'm like, look, just get your money up and take 20K off that year and put it into something. That's it. Like, y'all trying to reinvent the wheel and you don't need to. You just need to get the income up. That's all. That's all I got for y'all. So, all right, I'll see you guys later.